it's Wolfy-Chan, and I'm back with another manga review. And this one is a newer series that I'm kind of picking up, My Boy. Now, I kind of thought, by the look of the cover and stuff, that this was about a woman who's an only mother, taking care of her son. Woot. That's not how the story goes. So this is about our main character, Satoko. Now, Satoko is, of course, an office worker, and she's about the age 30, I believe, is how they say it is. Like, she's 30. Roar. But Satoko is just kind of living her life day to day, is taking her own temperature for no good reason other than she just does. It's like part of her routine. And then she goes to work and then goes immediately home. She has her superior kind of always like, let's go get drinks, let's go do this, let's go do that. And she's not really having any of this. Like, not really. This is not her jam. But Satoko is just trying to live life. When all of a sudden she sees this girl practicing soccer, she's not really getting better. So one of the times, Satoko goes over to her and shows her some soccer moves that she learned when she was in high school. And so, yay, stuff ensues. They kind of learn from each other until, she teaches her and then comes back and sees somebody kind of prowling on her. And Satoko is like, just don't talk to strange people, don't anything like that. And, of course, to make sure that he doesn't get trapped, which you find out the girl is a boy, and his name is Hayame. I believe that's Hayami or Hayame. She calls out for you, and she's like, where did that come from? To make sure that they didn't get captured. Turns out he's a boy, and she's like, okay, I'll teach you soccer stuff, just don't do anything stupid, don't be out so late. And of course, he's like, well, I really it's not like my dad cares. It's not like my dad really likes this. It's not like my dad, and she asks, well, what's up with your mom? She's not around as much. And so the way I feel like this is going to happen is that Hayame is basically, his dad's just a single parent taking care of his kids, or the mom is no longer with them, or the mom just left. And even though Hayame is the older one, he still gets treated like second best and not fully taken care of, like his younger brother, which I don't know if it's really a younger brother or an older one. I don't really know. We find out the younger brother's name is Ryuichi, and Satoko's like, Chi, that means first. Yet Hayame says he's the oldest one. But so she teaches him and stuff like that. He doesn't get first string in soccer that they were practicing on, and she's like, don't give up. Just don't. Keep going. Keep trying. So he goes up to his dad and asks his dad, like, hey, I want to. And the dad's like, as long as I don't have to do anything, like, sure. Here's my signature. I don't really care. And that's a lot of red flags for me, too. Because if you don't even care about your child, what's the point in you caring at all? And, of course, that's the point. The dad doesn't care. Dad doesn't care about his son. It seems like that. And Hayame can be over at other people's houses for long amounts of time and could be out all night, and the dad just doesn't care. That's a nice red flag that I really don't like. But, life happens. So Satoko is wanting to be very supportive of this kid. She actually did a lot of stuff to go out of work and stuff like that really quick to help him. And she, of course, says yes to her, the person who's above her in work, like, hey, you want to go get drinks? And she's like, I guess so. So she does finally go, finds out that he's married. You find out also as a side plot that they dated when they were younger, and then he was like, should we just stop? And she's like, fine by me. She doesn't really have the capacity to enjoy like a relationship in that sense, so it wasn't ever going to be a thing. I have that feeling. But I don't think that person, it was and is all for that. Like, I think something's up, that he kind of wants to do something against her, almost. Like, you didn't date me for too long. You just gave up on us, and now I'm your manager, and now I'm gonna torture you a little. Like, as a, like, undertone of I'm trying to be nice and stuff like that. But you also see that he's married. So, very strange, very weird. But Satoko, was just trying to be happy, just trying to do all that stuff. And of course, she wants to go and take care of Hayame, and wants to go to some of his soccer practices, so she takes him to something that's far away for his soccer practice, and drives him to it. And he's like, you don't have to watch, and then walks off, and Satoko's like, but I wanted to. I know I'm not your mom. I don't really want to be called your aunt. Like, sister would work great. But she sneaks out to see him, that he's a second stringer, and of course he doesn't really get to do soccer stuff. But he's cheering on everybody like a team player, and I am like, yes. And another very sad part that we get to see is, like, so the soccer team is ran by a person whose kids are basically in the same grade as Hayame, and the girl tried to give him a handout and stuff like that, and he wasn't there. He saw the woman take Hayame back home and stuff like that, and as a cute thing, Hayame did get to stay over at her house, but she was like, gotta make sure you're okay, and took care of him and all that stuff. That was it. It was really sweet. But so we get to see Hayame's school, and the girl comes up and is like, oh, wasn't somebody supposed to help you? Oh, she's busy doing something, or she's late. I just like taking care of the rabbits and stuff. And you see her like try and walk away or try and help him something else, and he's like, pillow! And she's like, wait, what? And of course one of the bunnies is very sleeping, so he has to like kind of push him away from getting stepped on, and he's like, that one's pillow, that one's sleepy, and she's like, wait, you can tell the difference? And he's like, yeah, I can. And so the school day kind of goes around, and she starts not feeling great. We kind of direct ourselves to her, and she's like, I'm just a little anemic, and the nurse is like, are you sure you're gonna be okay? Like, do you need anything? And she's like, I'll be fine. And she looks very gaunt. Like, where you'd be able to, if you went to school and you saw somebody who's very pale, like, you don't look so good. And so she starts eating a little bit of her food with all this group of kids, and then she just vomits. Just vomits, and it's horrible. And of course, as a little kid, when you vomit in front of people, you're like, my life's over. I'm done. People saw me vomit. So what happens is everyone's kind of like, what do I do? And Hayame runs up with his handkerchief and is like, here, feel better. You're like, here you go to the nurse. And he ends up going and cleaning up her vomit, which I'm thinking is a very learned trait of just, I'm going to be here to clean up the stuff. She ends up going home and stuff like that. She goes to the nurse, mom's on the way. And then the next day, here's your handkerchief that's clean, here's another one. You get gifts for people that you appreciate and you want to find a way to thank them. And I know I can't get you food and stuff like that, but here's the gift. And then Hayame thinks of Satoko. She's done all this stuff. He wants to do the same for her. It's very cute. And there's a scene where, like, Satsuko and her boss is like, you usually run around. Is it for your boyfriend? And she thinks Hayame, and she's like, that's not what this is. Why did I think of Hayame? I have problems. Yeah. So it is very interesting. But they end up going to a conveyor belt restaurant that has capsule toys if you eat a number of plates. And she's like, because Hayame is like, I want to thank you, what can I do? And she's like, I have an idea. Are you open on Saturday? Like, are you available? And he's like, yeah. And then they go to the restaurant. And she's like, I wouldn't really be able to go by myself because I don't feel right, because this is kind of more of a family restaurant. But is there a way, like, when you're with me, I feel a little bit more comfortable, so this is really a thank you. So they eat, like, everything, and that's when we find out about Ryuichi, and we find out a little bit more about his life, and she's trying to connect a lot of dots, like, what's up with him, like, what's going on with him, and all this stuff. So he's just a little sweetheart. He's like, I can get anything. And she's like, yeah, go for it. So they order, like, a whole bunch of stuff. They do the plate thing, and they win a capsule toy. And she's like, that was really fun. We should do this again. And he's like, yeah, because she gives him the capsule toy, and he's like, puts it in her hand, is like, I really wanted to thank you for being amazing and awesome, and thank you for all this time. You're a wonderful person. And then runs off because they're not going to meet each other, like, at the house or at the home of where Hayame is. So she just kind of goes home, and it's like, I hope he's okay. And that's basically the end of this one. And it's really sweet and stuff, and he's a really sweet kid. But I don't know what's really going on with the kid, because I really do think, like, he technically has, if it is a younger brother, they favor the younger brother more. The mom doesn't really exist, and the father doesn't really care about the kids. He's just a workaholic, and you can take care of yourself. Here's enough money to buy food and stuff like that. I don't really care. Just go away from me. And if that's the thing, whew, this will be a really good story, because I haven't read a lot of those. I've read a lot where the parents are just kind of like, I'm sorry, I'm busy, I love you. And I have read a story, or watched a story, I can't remember, where a dude just gives over custody of the kid to the person who's taking care of them, and is like, have fun. Bye. And it's really sad. So this is a little bit up my alley for nothing fantasy. This is more of a realistic manga, if you would say. And so far, it's really good. Beautiful artwork, beautiful hand strokes. Love it. I just want to know more of the details. Ugh. So, if you liked this video, definitely leave a like. Leave it in the comment section below. Have you read My Boy? What do you think about it so far? No spoilers. And if you want to subscribe, and don't forget to subscribe. There we go. Big red button down below for more anime, manga, and something different in the future. And if you want to follow me on Twitter or Facebook, the links are down below. I hope that you've been having a very wonderful, wonderful day. Wolfy-Chan out. Bye.